Hi, beautiful people. We are here. It's the Psychic Triad on Friday. I was trying to think of something that might go with Friday, like Freaky Friday or something, but let's not go there.
Especially not freaky, maybe fantastic.
Right. Fantastic Friday. That's lovely. Yeah. Well, just to take care of a tiny bit of little housekeeping things, I want everybody to know, all four of you, that we are simulcasting from all of our channels. And the main chat is on my channel, Kiguru Spiritual Journeys. So you can either stay on the channel you're at, or you can come over to my channel if you feel lonely, like I'm saying stuff in the chat and nobody's replying, it means you're not at the main chat. So I did that the other day. I was on a show and I kept talking and nobody was talking back to me. And I'm like, oh man, I'm lonely.
Yeah, and
Well,
I think it's better also on the replay when people are all together in the same chat. But it's a way for us to be able to have the show on all of our channels, but we want to try and keep all the chat on one. It doesn't really matter to us. We can see everybody anyway, but for you, for your experience, and yeah, so that's all. If
yeah.
we want to all just go over to Kiguru's channel, then that's where everybody will be. And I'll pop that up one more time.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
And if you decide to stay on whatever channel you're on, that's fine too. The software we use shows us everybody's questions, so that's the way it goes. So we're taking questions today. Please make them obnoxious, by putting lots of emojis.
I thought you
Yeah,
meant obnoxious questions.
emojis.
You scared me there for a minute.
Well, you can give us a few challenging ones, but probably not obnoxious.
Sorry, Cherry.
That's okay. But just make them stand out so we can see them, so we can star them. Um, Ladies, how are you doing this week? What's going on in your lives?
Well, I'm doing excellent. Thank you for
Mhm.
asking. I've had wow, the most wonderful summer. It has just been amazing. And so I'm just coming off of 2 weeks ago, I did a full 7, almost 8 days in the most glorious mountain resort. It's not really a resort. I call it a camping resort because, we camp a lot. And some camps we call dirty camps. That means you go out and you're out in the wilderness and there's no amenities. But this place is the most amazing place. It has the most beautiful lake and these wonderful little campsites that are a little bit like camping neighborhoods in a way. They're very nice, and you've got the ability to go to the lodge, which has fabulous meals, and but you also have the ability to just stay around the campfire with your family and talk and have fun. Actually, this time we did mostly that, some hiking. I really love paddleboarding with my dog. He's a big boy, but he's learned how to balance on my paddleboard, and we just go out in the middle of the lake. It's such a beautiful feeling. So a week of that, and then I get back in town, and my daughter is the event coordinator for a huge event that happens in our valley. It's called Wagon Days. It is the largest non-motorized parade, I believe, on the West Coast. Um, People come who have had wagon makers in their families for years, and they bring their horses, their draft horses. They all have a place in the parade, and some of them, and many of them, come from out of town. So my husband and I get the honor of being the camp hosts at this big camp in Sun Valley, right by the Sun Valley Barn. And it's amazing. I get to see these people every year. We love them. We adore them. Of course, we love their animals. There are beautiful young people groups that come. So we get to see them riding their horses and just amazing combination of cultures, too. It's not all about cowboys. We have some people that come from from a local Native American tribe in Idaho, in southern Idaho, and they come and they paint their horses up and they carry their spears. And well, it's really cool. This year, though, I'll just go on because it was a lot of fun. This year, they were a little short on one of the wagons with people to be inside. And this particular wagon is a Yellowstone coach that was, what do you call? They fixed it back up, and the Sun Valley Company bought it. And so they didn't have enough people to ride on it. So I got to ride on it this year. The Yellowstone coach, the same coach that would take people through Yellowstone on tours.
Wow.
And I got to ride in that today, this week in the parade, and it was amazing. And my granddaughter was there, and my other granddaughter got to ride on what we call the big hitch, which are the giant ore wagons pulled by mules. At the end of the parade, they bring them through, and that's actually a huge part of the history of our valley. So there, I've been busy.
Wow, that sounds very exciting.
It was. Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you got to be in the parade. That's fun.
It's happened before, but not very often. Usually I'm really busy helping people with their horses and stuff. But this year I got to just, hey. And what a comfortable coach, I might add. It was amazing. Big, beautiful padded leather seats. Smooth ride.
It was fully restored, refurbished, refinished.
Thank you. I couldn't think of that word when I was trying to explain. Yeah, completely restored. It was one of the original ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Hallmark movie or something. I was like, I think I watched that on TV. I mean, when they have these beautiful scenery and this all the town gets together and it's amazing.
Thousands of people come to town. Our town is just flooded with people from all over. And we have people in the parade that are from Germany and all over the United States as well. So it's a big deal.
And tell us which mountain, is it the Grand Tetons? What is the mountain or the area that you're in?
The Sawtooths. Are you talking about where we went camping?
Yeah.
Yeah. At Redfish Lake at the Sawtooths.
The Sawtooth Mountains. And you're near Sun Valley, Idaho?
Mm-hmm.
And is that where you live too?
I'm not in Sun Valley. I'm just outside of Sun Valley.
Okay. Wow.
Not far away at all.
And how far is the Sawtooth in Idaho as well?
We drive about an hour. I believe it's an hour. It's an hour and a half from here. It's an hour from where we pick all our trailer up and everything. But yeah, just about an hour. Go up over the summit. It's beautiful. Just beautiful.
And is the lake that you were what were you doing? Paddleboarding?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a freshwater lake?
Yes.
Wow.
Some of the somebody told me that this Redfish Lake has the cleanest water in North America. I think they said, yeah, it's that beautiful turquoise blue. Yeah, wow. That's my sacred place, by the way. I got to go meditate on the beach in the morning all by myself. It was so nice.
Yeah, I bet it's a fun place to do a CE5 as well.
Yeah, you know what? I think we might have to have y'all come up.
How far are you from Montana?
Well, it depends where. I mean, we could get to Montana within 2.5 hours, depending on what mountain pass you want to drive over.
Yeah. And of course, I'm not so far away from there. So
no, you're not.
Oh, yeah, I mean it's quite a drive.
About 13 hours because I used to live there and drive here to visit my sister before I moved here. So 13 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have family there.
I actually, well, we're getting a little talky here, but
I'm sorry.
I was born in Twin Falls. And when I was 12 or 13, I moved to Auburn, Washington.
That's really close to me. So.
Yeah. And lived there a number of years. And when I had my first child, I was like, I want to go back to Idaho. So then I got back to Idaho. Yeah.
Well,
wow, 13 hours is pretty far. Wow.
Yeah. Jean, what's up with you? What are you doing this
Oh,
week?
I can't top that. I made it through another weekend. It's happy Friday. Happy, happy, happy Friday. It's a wonderful new month, and it's going to be a wonderful. I'm looking forward to the equinox, the autumn
Mhm.
equinox coming
Yes.
up on the 23rd. And I'm getting a lot of signs, symbols, and reminders. And there's a couple of things going around on the social media about 923. But for me, the equinoxes are pretty impactful in the sense that I truly feel the sense of balance. And you know me, I am the sun psychic. So I'm very sensitive to the sun's
Mhm.
angles, and the balance. When those days and nights are in balance, it's really a very special time for me. And I do the honoring, and it's sort of like my time to go into the hibernation. It's almost, I go into that and I just wait for the 21st of December, because I know at that moment that's when the light will start increasing again. So I'm all about like the astronomy and the weather and the, seasons and the time. For some reason, I'm really focused on that. How about you, Suzuki Kiguru?
Yeah.
Well, I, the astrology has been affecting me a little bit. Last week I was just sick the whole time, which is really weird. I
Mhm.
never get sick, but maybe then again, maybe it was part of what was going on. There's so many planets doing things, and it has affected my dreams. I have been working all night long.
Mm.
I remember a couple dreams where I was talking to an angel and he told me his name. And I'm like, I will never forget that. And like in 3 seconds, I forgot it. And then the angels told me about a bunch of marketing things I should be doing. And I mean, they gave me a bunch of things to do. And I'm like, and I did remember those. I just didn't remember the name of the angel. So there you go. Um,
Cool.
I have to give a shout out to Sonia and all my Idaho peeps out there. Sonia used to live in Idaho. So, hi. Howdy.
aw, that, I love to hear where people are from.
I do
So
too. Yeah.
I just recently learned how to read the Akashic Records. And it was a fascinating class. It was really amazing, very, very physical for me. I feel it. It does things to me. And
Wow.
so I'm practicing on people. Anybody who will let me make them a guinea pig, I'm reading them because I want to practice to see, to get better at this. So
That's
yeah.
exciting. That's very exciting. So, are you going to allow in some of your readings for people to ask about their past lives, or do you have to kind of have more time for that?
I can read past lives without going into their Akashic records. For
Ah,
some reason, I've always been able to do that. Um, that once in a great while, I have to ask permission, but not really. Just I can
mhm,
do with that. Um, so in this case, with the Akashic records reading, so far nobody's asked for a past life yet. They've asked for things like, what is in my way? What is what is holding me back from achieving
mhm.
what I want?
Like karmic
Hmm.
connections and that sort of thing too?
Things like
Yeah.
that. And then the thing that surprises me the most about the Akashic Records is it's also a place of healing. I did not know that. I did not know that
Yeah.
once you're in the Akashic Records, if you discover this healing is needed, and of course the Akashic Record masters let you know that,
Yeah.
then you can heal it for all time, forward, backward, sideways, DNA wise, whatever it is, you can heal it for in that quantum field. It's fascinating, fascinating. So
But
I'm
you're not
I
able to do that live today. That's something that would be in a
right.
private reading, and they can find it on
Mhm. Yeah.
kigaruspiritualjourneys.com.
Yes, yes. Because the reason I can't do it today, do an actual Akashic Records thing is because you have to do several prayers, you have to read a key,
Mhm. Mhm.
time, and you have to know the person's legal name, which, most people don't want live on YouTube to see the legal name,
Right. Yeah, right.
Um,
It's interesting. I was wanting to say something about mini readings, and I hope I can interject that here. I hope I'm not interrupting too
go
much,
ahead.
but I was thinking about, and someone was asking me about also how the difference between the mini reading and a reading that you get privately. And it occurred to me, and actually the guides kind of helped me answer the question by saying that, what you get is tailored for the moment that you ask and tailored for where we are at this time coming to you live on YouTube.
Mhm.
So it's tailored for that. But when you get a private reading, if you ask me what your guides have to say in a live mini reading, well, they're going to give an appropriate time response. But if you ask me in a private reading, they have a lot more to say. And I think the same thing is with people that come through to speak out on the other side. So I was happy that the guides gave me that answer, and then it made me start to think about it. I thought, oh, that's right. That's the difference. The
Right,
the attention that you get from the psychic medium and the amount of information that can come through.
right.
Yeah.
I call this speed dating.
It is speed dating.
We're speed dating you. If you're on the chat, we're speed dating you.
Yeah, but there's
Well,
there's so much more magic when we go in and we dive
mhm,
deep, and there's more and more things that are revealed that are brought to us, and it's just
Mhm.
very, very magical. And every time I learn something every time I do a private reading, and
that's
if there's something that I never tried before, never heard of before, um, it's just very magical, enlightening, enchanting. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
okay. So,
Okay.
ladies, I wasn't just chatting to get all the questions in the queue here, but we now have a lot of questions,
I
and
see them flying by. That's
I
great.
know they're. Thank you everybody for putting in your questions. Um, so one of the things that helps us is when you're present. So I'm going to read just a few of the first few people that we're going to read on so that you'll be present. And what we'd like you to do is just put a yes or something in the chat so we know you're present. So Tanita, you're in, and Renee, JR, and Michaela. You guys are first up. Um, we kind of have a sad one. First one's a little sad, sorry, but
Oh.
Mm.
Tanita says
Ah,
it's been 2 months since her boyfriend passed. I'd love a message, please.
Do you
So,
have his first name,
neat.
Tanita?
yeah, if
I
you're here, it really helps if we have the first name.
It is probably
Um,
Taynita, but I
Tanita
think.
could be. In fact, Tanita, we're going to give you a little time. Please put a message in with his first name, and we're going to skip over to JR.
Ricardo. She just
That's
did.
Ricardo.
Ah,
Yeah.
Ricardo. Okay, back to Tanita. Ricardo. Okay, so let's see if Ricardo is ready to talk. And anyone who gets something can go first.
So Taynita, I'm seeing a gentleman. I have an energy of a gentleman, and he's standing with his knees locked. Do you know what that means? Like when somebody stands and they kind of like lock their knees back. Did he ever stand with his knees locked? Because this is the first thing he's showing me. He's showing me he's folding his arms, but his knees are kind of locked. Um, so let me know if that makes sense to you. It's okay if it doesn't. I just want to validate that first hit. So
I'm kind of wondering if it has something to do with the hit I got, which is I'm seeing a tall man,
Yeah.
kind of thin and muscular. But the vibe I'm getting off of him is he's protective of you, that in life he was very protective of you, that he took care of you as best he could. Um, but that's all I got so far. So anyone else wants to go?
she said, yes, he was tall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I
was getting
forgot that he
tall,
was
thin, but
tall.
muscular.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm wondering if that locked knees are that protectiveness of him, maybe.
Or the presence. That's kind of what I felt was like a very strong presence. He was ready to step forward. I also sense that it's extremely romantic and not only watching over you but caring for you in just the most tender way. I always get this deep pink when they're sending forth the most tender love, and I sense that. I'm feeling like he's been okay. I'm hearing I've been beside you every step of the way. You're never alone. You're never alone. He's saying I'm here to support you. I'm here to uphold you. I need you to know I'm okay and be happy. I need you to know I'm okay and be happy. And he's saying, I've been sending you signs. I know you can feel me. He's saying, keep watching for the signs. I'm feeling him just, oh gosh, this is a very sweet soul.
Mhm.
He's just smiling and saying, just keep watching. I'm with you. I'm upholding you. He's saying how brave you are. You're very brave. You're very brave. You're very brave and you are very able to carry on. You are very much able to carry on with a wonderful life ahead of you. And he's smiling now, just a big smile, a big loving smile. I don't know if he loved to dance. I'm feeling like, uh, yeah, he's kind of like dancing. Like it's a way of him projecting to you that everything's okay and that he is still who he was and ever so close to you and ever so near to you. And he's okay and he's happy. And he wants you to be happy too.
Yeah.
Oh, very sweet.
Yes. So I'm just getting I'm not getting as much as you got, but what I am getting kind of backs up what you said because he's showing me himself, that tall, thin person, muscular, but he's showing that he's showing me like a plywood wall behind him. Something better than plywood, but a wall. It's like he's being a backstop for you, um, Tanita. He's like able to support you in ways he could never have supported you in real life that provides this spiritual kind of backstop for you. My heart and kind of throat chakra just kind of lit up when Terry Lee talked about the fact that the wonderful life you're going to have.
Yeah.
He is supporting that wonderful life, and he wants to tell you no worries, no worries. Even if you find somebody else to love, there's no worries. He's saying there is never too much love. You cannot have too much love ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So she said, yes, he did, Terry, and it makes sense, she said.
Oh, good.
Hmm. So I just got a little bit more, Tanita. Um, he's telling me that he was your husband. He's saying he loved you with his whole heart.
Oh,
He said you two were soulmates. He said, I'm okay. As soon as Terry Lee was saying those words, he wants you to know he's okay. I was writing this down. I was like,
oh.
oh, it's the same time, the same exact time. And
Yeah,
he said,
it
I
happens.
am safe and that there's no memories of any trauma. He doesn't have any memories of that. He said that he was known, or that you thought, or people thought, he was a magic man in the sense he was able to make the impossible possible. He just had like almost like the Midas touch, something about him that no matter what he did, he would make things all right. He would make things happen. He would make things appear. He would sort of coax people to getting the job or doing different things. He was really very good with his words. He was very charismatic, and he was able to get things done. um, he said to take your time, and when you're ready, he said that he wants you to think about finding a new love for you, because you are worth loving. You
Oh.
deserve a beautiful, loving partner in your life. And then I don't know if this is you, Tanita, and I know it's pretty early, but and you don't answer, but just let me throw out the little. He said somebody's pregnant. I don't know if you're pregnant, or if somebody's pregnant, or something about the gift that he left. If you're pregnant, or if maybe you have other family members that might be pregnant, he's maybe this like he's letting you know that somebody's going to be pregnant or something like that. For some reason, it's not you. Okay, he's just saying that somebody is going to announce that they're pregnant around you, and maybe he wants you to let you know, or maybe he's going to be watching over this person. I'm not really sure, but just keep that in mind, because he wouldn't be specific, but he kind of let me know that it may be somebody in his family too. Um, but yeah, he's a very, very warm, charismatic, and uh, beautiful
Yeah,
soul.
yeah, it's a good soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tanita, thank you for sharing him with us. It was nice to read him, and thank you for responding a lot. You gave us a lot of
Yes.
feedback, which is great. Um, okay. Wow, he was good. Well, it is sometimes a little bit unusual for someone who's passed away
So
so soon to
yes.
be that chatty, or to
Mhm,
share that much of himself. Um,
mhm,
so I
and
hope
it was
that
a
helps
very
you,
good visual.
Tanita.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, JR wants to get some insight from the guides.
Okay, JR.
JR, right from the get-go, your guides appeared on they put you on the stage and a huge stairwell, and they're showing me you climbing the stairs. You're walking up the stairs, you're really climbing them, and they're like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Um, and it also looks to me like that it's like they're putting energy in the treads, which is where your foot falls, and that they're giving you a little boost, but they want you to keep going. Don't stop with whatever spiritual thing you're working on right now, or in your life. Just keep going. They know and they are supporting you.
The first feeling that I got, kind of interesting, it's the ceiling. And then I got the word like look up, look up. And I'm not really sure what that means, but I hope you know what that means. Let me just see if I can get them to. Okay. I'm hearing there's a new horizon. And we are there to guide you to it. Don't be so hard on yourself. We would like it if you would constantly say, I am worthy. I am worthy, because you are. There are realms with their door open to you at this time in your life. Explore with joy, explore with faith, explore with the intention of receiving, because this is what is here before you. Only your doubts and your self-judgment will hold you back. You are loved and well supported.
That was beautiful. Both of you. Wow. I'm really Terry Lee, your guides and my guides must be like right here together.
That's wild.
It must be right, because I
It happened.
got exactly the same thing you did. And usually Terry Suzuki and I are our guides are, but it's so do you know what the cursive lowercase cursive letter I is? It's like curved, it comes up and then it comes down and it curves. And then there's a dot at the top. So it's almost like this, right? And the dot at the top. So I see this and I see the dot at the top with the curves. And I'm like, what is this? And they told us that this is how far you've come, JR. You're at the very top. So if you can write a cursive I, like how they would teach you in kindergarten or whatever they taught, and put that dot at the top of the I, that's where you are now. And they said that you're at the precipice. It's all downhill from here. It's all downhill. And they just want you to be patient, be kind to yourself, and let go. And it'll all just fall into place, all that trust. But I'm like, what? I drew the letter I. It was like a little cursive letter I. I'm like, what? Like I saw like and it's more of a shape, but it reminded me of that cursive letter I. Oh, that was really cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what you were saying. You were saying there's a new horizon. I'm like, yeah, she's at that precipice.
And I
So,
literally saw the doors. I saw like I can't describe it. A bright light, and then there's doors into the realms, and the doors were wide open. So I thought that was really cool.
I just love that reading. That I mean that could go for everybody.
It can.
Everybody, you're moving. Everybody is moving and working in their own time, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're all supporting us. So how
Cool.
cool! Thank you, ladies. That was a great reading.
Thank you.
Michaela. So Michaela would like to know, how can I further overcome my struggles and come into my power in this life?
Ooh.
Michaela, we're going to read for you, but I want to tell you this is a great question for an Akashic
Great.
reader. This would be a good one to ask. So, okay, ladies, let's read for Michaela.
I've been directed to do the cards, so I'm going to draw some of those, and I'll let you ladies go first.
So right away, they're telling me you need to trust yourself more. They're like, um, part of your challenge is combining the spiritual side of you with that earthly side of you. That um, it feels like to me that they're showing me that somehow from your workaday life to your spiritual life, that there's a little bit of a wall between it. And they want you to work at putting these things together, that it's all right, to allow these two things to go together. And in fact, what they're doing is they're kind of reminding me of when I used to work in nonprofits. I kind of had a psychic connection to what was going to work. And I was using it, but I didn't realize I was using it. And so they're saying like that you need to kind of allow spirit into your life to kind of flow through things. And that will uh, help overcome some of these struggles. So it's about trusting yourself, trusting spirit.
What did you get, Terry Lee? Oh, I think you're muted.
I'm sorry. I just was so blown away. At the moment Terry was saying that, I drew a card, and you'll see this card here in a minute. But it was the very first card, and she was saying the word at the same time I drew the card. Ah, wow. What an exciting day. Go ahead, Jean.
Do you want me to go next? Okay.
Yes.
So what I was getting, Michaela, is to forgive yourself. And I had a gift from um, a spirit guide once, and they handed me a gift of childhood innocence. And I thought, okay, here's childhood innocence. So I took the gift and I accepted the gift. And what the gift was, is it brought me back to that childhood innocence. It removed any terrible thing that had happened to me, any terrible thing that I said to somebody, any terrible thing that I thought about somebody, any terrible thing that I watched happen, any terrible thing that somebody said to me. It was like it brought me back. And what they were telling me by giving me this childhood innocence was that I've always had it, that this is my true essence of my soul, is this innocence, this childhood innocence. It is only the ego who punishes the human. It's only the ego who judges and shames, and it's that programming that we're supposed to be something that we're not, or something should have happened and it didn't. That's all the ego. It's we are truly in our childhood innocence, in our soul's vibration. We are naturally forgive, and we don't have any trepidations against us. We are not, and they gave me this childhood innocence. I had no idea what to expect, but the feeling that I felt when it came over me, I was like, I felt so light. I felt forgiven. I felt like, oh my, like just cleansed. It was such a cleansing. So if I could suggest to you that you just ask your spirit guides when you lay down to sleep at night to allow that this childhood innocence and this returning to the natural state of your soul, and return to this, that we are not what happened to us, we are not what we saw, we are not what we said to people. And sometimes things bring out the worst in us. You have to let all that go, really, really let all that go, and
Right.
come back to that childhood innocence. This is the raising of the vibration of humanity. This is moving to that new dimension, and we're all just getting rid of things that don't serve us anymore. That's what that means, that not to replay all those things that occurred, or things that we think, feel, or remember. Let all that go, because it's not serving us. It's You are a beautiful soul who deserves to move forward in love, compassion, and kindness. And we know you can do it, Michaela.
Wow. That's
Wow.
beautiful. I'm just amazed the way spirit is working. And the first card I drew, that's why it's blown away. I drew this card, excuse me, Page of Wands at the exact time that Terry was talking about spirit, because that is part of what this card is talking about here. You are a free spirit. You are not bound. You are a free spirit with passion. And then you can tell. I mean, look at this picture. There you
Hold it up a
go.
little closer. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, that's it. There
Okay.
you are, Michaela. That looks just like
Yes.
Michaela too. That
True.
she has that same coat. No.
So that was the first. That's why I freaked out. Right in tune with what Terry and Jean are saying. Then I drew the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords has several meanings here. I was told by the guides in your case that this is high ambitions. Okay. It can mean a number of things, one of which is high ambitions. Okay. And a page is moving forward with a message. So here comes the message. Now, I love this. Two of Cups. Ooh. Now, this can mean romance, but I asked the guides and they said this is connection, communication. Open yourself up to other people. Don't trust your intuition about other people and be willing to work with them. Be willing to accept what they have to gift you with in your life. This is a wonderful, it's a bonding card. Don't be afraid to I don't want to say wear your heart on your sleeve, but don't lock yourself up. Be willing to let. Okay, listen, they're talking to me. I got to shut up. They're saying there will be people who want to work with you and help you in this. Be willing and don't be afraid. Trust your intuition. Okay, now here's another one. This is an interesting Seven of Swords. Okay. This tells me that there has been some backstabbing perhaps in your life and some people who have deceived you, which may be the reason why you're not opening up and you're not trusting other people at all. I'm not saying you should trust everyone. The cards are not saying that, but they're saying maybe you're having a little bit of problem with that. And what Jean said is exactly true. Let go. Let go of that. Let go of it. Walk like you're walking into the ocean and throw it out into the waves and let the waves carry it away, because it's not serving you and it's holding you back from a very bright and brilliant, free-spirited person that you are. Okay. And then the final one is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a visionary. A King of Wands has the ability to see possibilities in life. And I believe that you do. That's why you're coming here and asking how you can further overcome your struggles and come into power in this life. And the King of Wands is here to tell you that that is who you are, that feeling inside of you that's saying, hey, there's a lot more here to experience and a lot of wonderful life ahead. So this is a great card to end with. This is who you are, be who you are, and set yourself free.
Wow.
That was a fun one.
What a message. That's amazing. Jean, she thanked you. She's probably now crying and can't type any more messages right now. But Kayla, thank you so much for asking your question and letting us into your life to see your struggles and how that you are overcoming them. Yeah, thank you so much for letting us see that. So here's a good question. Juanita's review. She has a job interview for the new Winco store that they just built in her area. I hope I get the job. Will I get it? Will I like it? So any questions anything we can find about this job?
Good for you, Juanita. Thank you for your question. And I just want to give a shout out to Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts and
Yeah.
say hello. She's here. She has a wonderful channel. And she's had me on her channel, and it's just lovely. We had a wonderful discussion the other day. She was on my channel. It was a lot of fun. So Michaela
Mhm.
also says, I'm deeply thankful to all three of you. Thank you so much for the support.
Ah,
You're very welcome, Michaela. And it's your guides and our guides that are coming through for you right now. Feel that deeply. Listen to it over again.
yeah.
This is really magical what we have going on, all three of us here. It's the guides are coming together and speaking through us. So take it, listen to it again and again as much as you need to.
Yeah, that yeah, a lot of support in that message. Okay, so let's see what we can find out for Juanita.
I think I like Winco.
I know
Is it
around
like a
here,
superstore? Is it like a Walmart or something?
it's actually an employee-owned store. So once
Mhm.
you work there, you're part of the ownership of the
Sure.
store, and so it's more it's I don't want to say cheap groceries because no groceries are cheap right now at all, but it's a place where you can kind of get a little bit more for your dollar, but at high quality.
She
Mhm.
said it's like a Costco. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a Walmart, but
You can buy
yeah,
cases and things like
they're
that. I
cheaper, yeah.
used to shop at
yeah,
Winco.
yeah,
Actually, I kind of miss Winco. It went away.
Yeah, that counts a lot, Juanita. She said there's nice people there.
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
good.
So Juanita, they're showing me you going to an interview,
Yeah.
but they're just showing me the interview from afar. I'm not like hearing anything. I'm just seeing it. It just looks like a very normal interview. But then I see you later on coming through the doors of Winco with uh, these work boots on. They're not the most attractive work boots, but you are skipping in there, and there's like little sparklers off the work boots. So I think they're saying you're going to get the job, and you're going to be quite happy that you got the job. And the sparklers take you a long time, but these work boots, eventually the sparkle wears off a little bit. And jobs are jobs; they're hard work. But the work boots stand you in good stead. The one thing that I am getting that is slightly cautionary is, uh, stand your ground. Um, s be Start the job in the way you wanna be treated. In other words, sometimes we go, especially women, we go into jobs really being nicey, agreeing to everything, and then they expect that the rest of the time you're there, you're gonna agree to everything, and they're saying that they want basically start your job how you wanna be treated. Start it from the get-go. In other words, train others how to treat you. Um, so they're putting out that little warning for your happiness, not for unhappiness, so that this can be a happy thing. And you know, just from me to you, that's good advice, no matter where you actually end up. So,
Mhm.
ladies,
Amazing. That's so amazing to me. The energy is high today. I'm telling you. because I've already drawn the cards. They're in front of me. I drew 4 cards, and it's going to just say pretty much what you just said. So the first one is the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective. So, Juanita, what the guides are offering you here is a different perspective, and they want you to consider it. We also have the King of Wands, what we just had, and it's where I shuffled the deck. They have this message coming for you. They want you to go in there and consider yourself a bold visionary. You don't have to go all over the place with all new ideas just yet, but in your heart, you walk in there feeling like, boy, are they going to be lucky to get me, because I'm going to give it my all. And I can see things from a different perspective. I have a lot to offer these people. Next one just absolutely verifies that. That is the Queen of Wands. Ooh, yes. That is ambition, dear. Have ambition. And it may not be something that you're used to feeling, but have the ambition that you're going to get what you want. So you're going in there as a capable, bold, confident person coming to get what you want. And you're going to be the next card, the Emperor. Yes. Same message coming through here. This is, practical authority, solid foundation, which, boy, if I was looking for an employee, that's the person that I want. Be confident. I heard before I drew the cards, they said to keep the cards in my hand. I did, but I heard yes. I believe that you will get this job, but practice a little bit of look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm capable. I am a great possible employee for this company, and they'll be lucky to get me because I'm really going to give it my all, my confident all. So that's the different perspective. I feel like that fit right in with what Terry had to say.
She says, I am capable. That's right. Oh my
All
God,
right.
that's so good. Yeah, and
Good.
it's so funny, your face, Terry Lee, when Suzuki, she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's
That's cool.
really, it doesn't always happen like this, you guys. I'm letting you know. It's beautiful every time we get together and it happens like this.
Yeah.
So the first thing that the guide said for you today, Juanita, is to spread your smile, spread your heart and your kindness to coworkers and customers. And your guides told me that you would work best in a customer service role eventually, and that that would be where you would really excel because you would have the independence, you would have the responsibility to make decisions, you would have the compassion and the empathy for the customer who needs a special, whatever, return something or they have a problem with something. You're mature enough, and it says you have emotional intelligence, which is maturity and authenticity, where you can really help people that are having a tough time, or got the wrong product, or the product was wrong, or they can't find whatever problems. You're very much a problem solver because you're almost like, tell them everything's going to work out, we're going to take care of you. Now, what is it we can do for you? You know what I mean? Like, you have that kind of energy in you. And I'm not sure if that's the position that you're going to be entering in. I did get a yes that you would get it, and that you would like it. But you may enter in as, a different, I don't know if it was, I don't know what position you'll be entering in, but customer service is where you'll excel. And she said, that's right. I'm like that.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. I'm very excited
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh. Yes. And come back and tell us about it. Like if you get the job, show up in a chat,
And
tell
you,
us.
and you get a beautiful employee discount too.
I was
Yes.
just thinking the same thing. I hope you get an employee discount on groceries. Yes. Awesome.
Okay, that is so cool. So I'm going to just review here real quick what kind of messages we got going on here, because we're actually going 54 minutes. Time has flown.
Really has.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. We have about 10 questions, so we can't do all 10 questions. Even if we stayed over another bit, we're not going to be able to get all of them in.
But we are
Um,
going to be on next Friday as well this month.
that's
That's
true.
right.
That's
That's
true.
right.
So let's see. So I would like Lady Silver 1111 to say something in the chat, just so I know you're here. Let's see, Michelle Krantz. She wants. You're going to be in next in line, and Sharon O'Brien. So, go ahead and each of you, please put something in the chat so we know you're there, and we'll answer your questions. So
In
first,
in the meantime, we will be back on September 15th and then again on September 29th. And it's usually every other Friday. Sometimes it's back to back just because of the scheduling, but it's usually every other. But
yeah, you often can catch us on other channels too and ask
Mhm.
oh,
questions.
Lady Silver says you can skip mine. How
Oh,
sweet.
well,
Real.
that's very
So
kind.
Michelle Krantz says she's here.
Okay, let's go to Michelle Krantz.
Thank you, Lady
Okay.
Ah,
Silver.
past
You're
life.
sweet. It's very generous. It's like when
Mhm.
the people pay for your Starbucks in the drive-through and then you
Yeah.
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 That was you just paid it forward, Lady Silver. That's gonna come
Okay.
back to you tenfold. So
Yep.
sweet.
Thank you so much. So, um, Michelle Krantz says, "What can you tell me about a past life or lives?" So, this is kind of general.
Well, I think one other time I said that you were hearing messages or energies or memories coming through, bleeding through. It's almost like you get these hits, these notions, these knowings, or you hear terms, and you're like, it's not like this. It doesn't feel like it's the first time you ever heard it. It's like you almost remembered it. It's like it's this
Deja vu.
awakening to your past self. It's to your higher self as well. But I feel that you are, and this is, I think, why she's asking me asking about this, because she is feeling this, and it's the resources that your soul is the same soul that is in every lifetime experience or incarnation. And we are now in this body, in this lifetime, in this incarnation, we are able to access the resources from those other lifetimes. That's why so many people are coming out. Have you ever seen so many psychics and mediums and card readers in all your life? They're all remembering their skills from past lives, and it's all coming through. We're all awakening, and we're able to access that uh, energy, the information from our past lives, and bring it into this life and use it or utilize it. Let me see if
Oh,
there's
wow.
anything specific about. Well, it's definitely with the cats, and I would say I see something like maybe in the 1600s in Dutch. I don't know Holland. I don't even know what it was called around there. And then I do see you also again, like in the Roman times. In the Roman times, I thought they somewhere in there as well with cats again. Like cats have always been part of your. They're almost like your soul's guardian. These cats, these fur babies that you have, they are your soul's guardian, and trust them, and they watch over you. You think you're taking care of them, but they're the ones taking care of your soul. It's that emotion is very close to your soul as well. So that's what I got.
Wow. Well, Michelle, what I got was a life. Of course, everybody's had many, many lives. Um, But the life that they wanted to bring to my attention probably happened somewhere in the very late 1800s to as far as maybe 1920. So in that kind of area. And they're showing me that you were a teacher. You were female. You were a teacher. Um, you were a beloved teacher, absolutely beloved by your students. They're showing me that you made such a difference in their life that the differences you made in their lives in being such a kind, deep, caring teacher goes on to today to those and the people that are now alive today because that you taught their ancestors.
Wow.
And they're saying that because I always ask, what do they bring forward in this life? Because it's not voyeurism. We don't want to do voyeurism here. We want to know why. And so they're saying that this the ability to teach comes forward, and the ability to be confident in front of people, to speak in front of people, teach is part of it. And they're saying that the thing you brought forward that you may have to watch is tempering annoyance when people are not receiving what you're teaching. So that's what I got.
Okay. That's interesting. The first thing that I heard, it's weird how it comes in, but was the creaking of a ship. And then I felt the love of water. I felt the love of water. And you were a male, and you were a doctor on this ship. It's very interesting you talk about cats because there probably was a cat on this ship. I have no doubt. But what I was feeling was the love of being on the water and being a healer and helping the people on this ship, keeping them healthy and strong. And that it was challenging at times because they were so physically exerted. They would be having all kinds of issues, and you were there to support them. I just feel like you had a real love for them. You had a love for the water, the ship, that just the whole life was very satisfying and fulfilling to you. I believe it was in the 1700s. That's what I wrote it down, and I was like, "Are you guys sure?" And that guy said 1700s, and somewhere near the Mediterranean. I felt the water was extremely blue, and I heard Mediterranean. So that sounds like a very fascinating life. And as I said, you were a man in this life and helped many people.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Michelle, that that was amazing readings from Terry and Terry Lee. That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
It's yeah, she's had cats her whole life. She feels very connected and love being by the water. Yeah.
There you go. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
Oh, that gave me chills. That's fun. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's always fun to look at past lives.
It's
Well,
Mhm.
ladies,
yes.
go ahead, Terry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, no, I just was going to say, I have done it occasionally by looking at someone's picture and then kind of picture them. I think this is the first time I looked at her picture, but then I started to feel everything. So that was a very wonderful experience.
Ooh,
Thank you, Michelle.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Well, we only have one more.
Okay.
And so Sharon O'Brien. So many years ago, her black long-haired cat named Boo disappeared.
Oh,
I don't know how we got out of the house or what happened. Of course, he's passed away by now. What do you think? So basically, what do we have any information on Boo? Can we see if we can
Tune into
contact?
Boo.
Were you living with anybody, Sharon? Was it your parents or your husband? Because I feel like somebody else had something to do, not something to do with it, but I think that something happened and they wanted to spare you the trauma. I don't know. The way that the cat disappeared, um, and nobody knows if he got out of the house. Let me know if you were living with somebody else at the time. And I think if something did happen and they didn't share it with you, oh, she lived alone. Okay, that it was for your benefit. And I also know that sometimes cats do disappear when it's their time to go, to spare you the hardship of watching them pass. It's almost like they, you know, run away to pass away. But let me check with Boo.
So Sharon, what I'm seeing is that when Boo was out, they got hurt really bad. I mean, like mortally wounded. I'm not seeing. It doesn't feel like they got ran over, but something happened. Because I'm seeing a little bit of blood and bones, and but it feels like somebody saw Boo and they tried to take Boo to the veterinarian and get help for them, but they didn't make it. And the person just didn't know where to go after that to let somebody know that Boo was gone. But so Boo, is there more of a message here? Boo says, don't grieve for me. Don't, you know, this happened fast. I was out of pain very fast. I was on the other side. I just felt so bad that you'd never know what happened to me. I felt, wow. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dog howl, but
I thought for a second that was a cat. I was like,
that's
oh.
not spirits, the German Shepherd next door. But Boo is sorry that you didn't know. Boo had a lovely life with you and would not have left you if there otherwise.
And I have to be honest, I kept, asking and trying to focus on how Boo got out of the house. And I am not getting that. I'm getting a bit of confusion. And I got the same thing pretty much that Terry did. I felt like that Boo wasn't gone for a long time before he passed or she passed. And as Terry did, I feel like it was traumatic, and yet I felt the spirit had left before there was any pain. I think there was, I didn't feel fear, but I definitely felt confusion, sort of like, what's going on? Where am I? And some wandering. I'm also, okay. I don't know if you have any other pets now, if you have another cat, but what I'm feeling from Boo's spirit is that Boo is wanting to come back and be with you if Boo hasn't already. That Boo loved you very much. There was a very deep connection there. And that's pretty much all I'm getting on that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know. So
Sorry.
sorry for your loss. The only
Yeah.
other thing that I was getting is that he did say that he slipped out on his like he slipped out of the door without you knowing that he did that. I said, "Did you get out of the house on your own?" He said, "No." And I said, "Did somebody let you out?" And he said, "Yes." But
Okay.
he's saying that I asked him if he fell out of a tree and was mortally injured, and he said, "No." I said, "Did you face another animal? Were you combated with another animal and lost the fight?" And he said yes. So something like this occurred. I don't know where what the terrain is, if you're in New York City or if you're in rural Virginia. I don't know where you are, but he just said that he met his fate by confronting with another animal. I'm not sure what type of animal that was, but
Sorry
so I
about
hope.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
And she says she's between pets. So,
oh,
if you're considering getting another pet, you might, adopt or purchase a pet and look for that feeling that you got from Boo, and that maybe you've got another bit of life with Boo.
yeah. Well, she did reply to us that she got him from a neighbor as a kitten and that he
Ah,
always had health issues.
oh,
She
okay.
had thought he went off to die. Um, yeah, between pets right now. Oh, Los Angeles, a raccoon hurt him once.
Oh my. Oh,
Ah,
If he was
yeah,
weakened, then the other animals can smell that. If he was a weakened cat, didn't have his full,
yeah.
uh, catness about him. All of his defenses. If he was a little bit of a weaker state, they can tell that. Yeah,
yeah. Well, and
unfortunately.
raccoons are pretty tough animals, so
Mm.
that that might account for that. Well,
Well,
okay,
thank you for the
ladies.
question. Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, ladies, let's okay, hang on. There we go. We have whiled away another hour and
Just can't
almost
believe it.
15 minutes doing this, and it's always so fun being with you two. We really I love it when the
Energy
psychic
is high.
triad gets going and we start bouncing off each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very high energy today, and honored to read for everyone that we got to read for today.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
it's important that we take our time, that it's in depth, that we get all of the information that is coming through, and and that it's just very well-rounded type of questions answered, I think.
Yeah.
So
I like
just let us know if and maybe next time, who knows? It just depends on the questions, on the air, and the rapid pace, how far we
it.
go.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can get through many, and sometimes it's just
Yeah.
necessary to you know take
Right.
time.
So, Jean, where can people catch you next?
I will be on with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, on Sunday, the 10th of September. And then Joan and Terry Suzuki and myself will all be on uh, Monday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, and I will be hosting. And then I will also be having Marina from Heart Center Tarot, and she'll
Oh,
be on my channel on Tuesday the 12th. So I'm looking forward
Ah,
to that.
yeah. So
wow.
you got a lot going on. What are you? Where can we catch you next, Terry Lee?
I definitely will be with you too again, joyfully next Friday. Somehow I haven't scheduled it yet or picked the date yet, but in between then, I'm going to be doing a solo read. It's been a while since I've been on vacation. I'm going to look forward to being with everyone again and doing a solo show. So keep your eyes open for that.
Okay. Thank
And
you. And I just
can
want to
I just
remind.
add that Sharon is plans on adopting 2 dogs when she moves and retires. So
Oh,
Oh,
blessings and wonderful love to you, Sharon.
yes. Okay. Well, it's been great. I'll see people next Friday with these. Oh no, Monday too. Monday I'll see Jean and Joan. I'll see both of these ladies next Friday. Um, have a great day. And remember, if you want further readings or in-depth readings, each of us do personal readings. So you can book that. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to our show, and thank you for being with us and asking great questions.
They were good today.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody.